Starship fan is here in the studio with us right now. Larry Thomas is a well-known actor. He's been on CSI, Arrested Development, Law & Order, SVU. It was the SVU Law & Order, right, that you were on with, that's the one with Mariska. Is that the one?
No, wrong one.
Wrong
Which
one?
Which one?
Which Law & Order were you on?
Actually, I didn't do one of the sanctioned Law & Orders. I actually did a comedy film called Law & Order SUV.
Oh.
I'm sure they love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
The entire trial.
Then you know something? Wikipedia is wrong again.
Did they do that?
Yeah, they've got you Law & Order SVU.
You can't trust them.
And Scrubs. Is
But
the rest of it right?
The rest of it is right.
All right. And you're going to go see Starship because you became a MySpace friend with Rick Derringer's
Drummer and road manager.
Wow.
Tell us about this.
Well, he's emailed me a couple of times and said, like, you know, Rick's going to be here. You got to come see him because, the beginning is that I'm a huge Rick Derringer fan, Edgar Winter. Used to, back in the 70s, I would drive 2.5 hours to see those guys. So he tells me they're going to all be in Vegas December 5th, and with Starship, the Guess Who, the Outlaws, and he said, you want to go backstage? And I went, I've never been invited. A backstage pass? Do I get a pass? He's like, I want the pass.
Laminate,
you know?
laminate.
I want the laminate.
Yeah.
I want to wear it. You know.
So it'll be your first time
yeah.
backstage.
So it's going to be pretty cool. Yeah.
And he told you that these artists, because you were all excited about going and having an opportunity to meet them, that some of them are fans of you.
Well, yeah, he said that. I can't quite process that. You know, it doesn't get in. But I have a feeling that when I get there, you know, if Rick says to me, say the soup thing, I'm going to go like, okay, I get it.
What?
You sing
What?
Rock and Roll Hoochie Coo, and I'll say, no soup for you.
What, this?
No soup for you.
That.
That guy, yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know, you get hired for a character role on Seinfeld. I mean, that's fun. Every actor would go, oh, this is great. I'm going to be on Seinfeld. Big hit series. You know, generally speaking, though, you don't become an iconic figure in American culture from a character role.
It's really funny that you say that because you're one of the very few people I've ever spoken to that got it before I said it, that it was a week's work. And at the time, the most glorious thing in the world was I get to do 5 days of work. You know, great. I need that paycheck. And because it was Seinfeld, it was a great plus because I was a huge fan of the show. I fell in love with it when I saw the parking garage episode. I just thought, this is too cool. And, yeah, everything that's happened since then is just confusing to me, but very welcome.
I mean, you're in costume
Yeah.
right now, and you're on the radio. You're in costume on the radio. So what we're going to have to do, I have my Mac here. We're going to take some video of you since you're in costume.
I actually dress like this all the time. I'm like Sally Field in Soap Dish, you know. She'd show up in a mall and make Whoopi Goldberg recognize her. I do this. I go into malls in my chef's coat.
Well, if you just walk around on the streets of Manhattan, I mean, with the chef's coat, you're
Everyone will know who you are.
will know.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody will know. And if you walk into the actual guy's store,
Which is right around the corner.
he'll throw you out.
Yeah. I'll throw him out. What are
Especially
talking
you,
about?
yeah.
But I mean, the character that you created during those 5 days of work was pretty incredible. I don't know what kind of direction they gave you, but it's as if you walked into the guy's store and watched him.
It was an incredible. I actually didn't even know he existed, which is the big coincidence. But yeah, the show was really incredible. Having Larry David around on a sitcom was great because Larry David's whole persona is that basically he's going to go, if he gets any guff from the network heads, he's going to go like, well, I quit then. I don't want to do this. And that gave him so much power that he really oversaw everything that went on. So we all got the best of the acting world. We got to really do what was funny and not have anyone come down from the network and go, well, you want to change that? I'm not sure if that's right or whatever. So I was just in the best of hands.
So what was the time lag between your week's work and the actual airing?
A month.
A month?
A month. And I walked out of there that night and thought, I can't wait for the paycheck. You know? And I didn't even think about, like, you know, will this be a good episode of Seinfeld, a bad episode of Seinfeld? I just thought, this is really cool, you know. And
for actors, you know, I mean, you need a week here, a week there, a day here, a day there, because you have to earn enough money over the course of the year to qualify for your medical benefits and stuff.
Well, that and just getting that.
I mean,
mortgage
but I know
paid.
there's that threshold though that everybody has to aim for.
Yeah,
and
definitely. I was at that time. I had a day job, but this was going to be extra. This was going to be really great. And then the night the show aired, I started to get phone calls because I live on the West Coast. And I started to get phone calls from the East Coast from friends saying, I don't know what's going on, but the news is they're playing all this stuff tonight they're showing some guy's picture that serves soup in New York and your picture, and they're playing video from the Seinfeld episode that aired tonight. And I'm going, really? Let me watch that. And so, it all sort of happened really quickly.
And then the world changed for you overnight.
Overnight.
The next day, you were
really
living in a
did.
different universe.
Yeah. Well, and also, what? I had a really bad agent at the time. They didn't have anything to do with me getting that show or anything. Actually, Jeffrey Tambor was responsible for that. The
how about
great,
that?
wonderful, magnificent. He introduced me to the casting director because he was also casting the Larry Sanders Show, which Jeffrey was on. But the agent I had was a really bad agent, and I fired him like a couple of days before the show aired. So that entire weekend after that, I had no agent. So it was people would come up to me in post offices and markets and just go like, "Wow, you were the soup Nazi the other night, weren't you?" And I'm just going like. And no one could find me. They can't find me.
But I bet it was not difficult to acquire a new agent.
Yeah, that
after that, it makes it a little bit easier, doesn't it?
Good.
It's a 7:15 in the morning. We're with Larry Thomas. We'll be right back. But first, Shelley, have you gone yet?
Person based on double occupancy at Tesoro Los Cabos. September 11 security fee and air taxes are additional.
7:18 here at Q1043, and we just pointed my Mac over at Larry Thomas because he's in costume.
I'm in costume.
He's in costume as his character, the Soup Nazi, on Seinfeld, and we want to be able to record some video here on the Mac, and then we're going to put it on our website at Q1043.com in just a few minutes. And you have an appearance tonight where people will be able to drop by and say hello to you in person at FYE for your entertainment. That's over at 6th Avenue and 49th Street. My Radio City Music Hall there. And that's from 5 to 6. I imagine you like doing that, having some interaction with people who've enjoyed your work.
Yeah, I really do. I do. It's great, because I just get to be me and meet lots of different people. And, it's better than being all alone and wondering how come nobody's inviting me out anywhere. I'm just, I become instantly popular, and I imagine I got invited to the parties.
And you'll be signing the season 7 Seinfeld DVD set.
Yep.
And for a show about nothing, season 7 has a lot.
Yeah.
It has George's engagement to Susan. Elaine is banned from the Soup Nazis restaurant. And must deem whether her dates are sponge-worthy.
I love that one.
Yeah, that's season 7. She has a run-in with her braless rival, Sue Ellen. I mean, it's a great season. Season 7, you'll be signing these.
But are you going to have them follow the rules? If they don't
of
stand a
course.
certain way, you don't get the signature.
That's my other guilty pleasure is I do love throwing people out. So.
Well, are you going to be Larry, or are you going to be in character?
Well, a little both.
Little of both?
Because who is Larry really?
Who is Larry really?
Never known that. So that's why I'm an actor.
Larry's a rock and roll fan. He's an actor. He's a serious actor, a comic actor.
Both.
Singing, dancing actor.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So, how come I'm answering the questions of tell us about Larry?
He's mysterious.
Because I'm mysterious. I'm trying to have a certain mystique here. And,
okay.
I'm trying to be sexy because you didn't say that.
I can say that, and
Shelley
he's
can say
very
that.
sexy.
Did you hear that? I'm very sexy. I'm not denying it.
So remember, it's at FYE. That's this afternoon at 5 o'clock. You can go pick up Season 7 Seinfeld DVD set. Get it signed by Larry Thomas as the Soup Nazi.
As the Soup Nazi.
Himself. And by the way, I'm going to give away a set right now to callers 25, 26, and 27 at 1-888-872. 1043, it's Cream, Tales of Brave Ulysses, and Sunshine of Your Life.